Hey folks, welcome back to Shadow Empire. Okay, let's see what happened over the last turn. Okay, so we've researched cluster bombs, and we've got some cards, including a transport contract. Okay, so let's have a look where we're at with this game. Now, it looks like we're getting pushed in on Marked Cove here, on this this port that we put up. So we need to get some troops down just kind of to clear this off. Okay, there we go. Look, so we've got a bunch of these mini amblecephaloids. I think we should probably be able to attack in with these. In fact, let's go in with the infantry. Because the bikes aren't going to do such a good job here. Oh no, they seem to be okay. Wow, we destroyed a whole lot of those. Okay, now we push them back into the sea. Great stuff. Let's get those guys just pushing that back. We've also got some Cretiticus or Cretitus, multi-crab Cretitus. Yeah, again, very small, not very strong. Yeah, I'm kind of pleased that the alien life on this game's not like particularly terrifying. I think what we're going to do is we're going to get this HQ. I'm going to move the HQ down here so we're getting within the range that it needs to be. I'm going to bring these guys in here. And I'm going to get these ones up. Okay, so we've got two guys from this brigade, or two brigades, sorry, or two battalions from this brigade. There we are. All right. We are pushing back on these marauders here too. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, now we're starting to get some logistics, and you can actually see the pickup range, look, that they're in. Yeah, no, I think part of the problem here is that we've got low readiness, look. Got low readiness, morale's kind of low as well. Also, they didn't get ammo. So, yeah, we need to pull these guys back into a place where they can actually get some ammunition. Which is not going to be this turn. I think I'm going to have to bring them right back here. Yeah, we need to hang on to Engelmar. Yeah, this is proving to be a little bit of a logistical challenge, getting through this mountain here. You know, getting into the north part of this territory here. But this is why we play Shadow Empire, right? Because the logistical challenges are part of what makes the game fun, in my opinion. Okay. Here in the village of Red Bar, we're probably going to need some more people. We've got this asset going up, but we haven't quite got enough workers, so it's taken a while. So we're going to send some more workers in as colonists. We're only getting 200 a turn, but that should be okay. We're in no massive hurry to finish that off. We are getting some rare metals in. Let's have a look at the decisions this turn. What could be useful? Heavy combat armor is always going to be useful. Radiation. I can't remember if there's radiation on this map or not. Did we see any? I can't remember whether we did or not. Doesn't seem to be any on this one here, at least around the edges. Now, I don't think radiation filters would take that long to come out. Where are they? They're here, look. Still not got power plant in yet. And power, look, once we've got access to fuel, you know, better fuel, and I think what we're going to be going with, I'm actually unlocking synthetic fuel because I want to see if which of the various fuel techs that we've got access to actually is going to be the you know, the most efficient. We've got deep core mining here. Methane synthesis is better, but I'm interested to see what we can get from synthetic fuel as well. It's not often that I play on the planets that don't have lots of fuel, so I'm kind of intrigued here to see, you know, what is going to be our best bet for getting fuel on this game. I'm kind of intrigued to see that. Let's go with maybe missiles. Yeah, missiles would kind of break us into propulsion. Yeah, we've discovered most of this stuff, look. So it's time to break through into another layer, I'd say, or into another tier. We're actually broken through into atomics here. And energetics. Alright. In that case, maybe we go with heavy combat armor.
Aye, aye, sir.
Montas is blackmailing us. I'm not paying tribute to those guys. I don't have the money for a start.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Our spies in Elisario have found information. We're going to put the Syndics in, aren't we? Because we want to try to, and start a war between them and us if we can. Syndics will pretty quickly just start going to war with people. They're kind of, you know, space commies. Space commies like to go to war with people. All right. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot more we can do here. Let's just have a look at our maritime trading house situation. Heimdall Brine, our relationship have dropped with them guys. Yeah, they've got 15 shares. They're likely to put out... I think they're likely to do some shit... to put out some shares eventually. And we need money if we're going to do that. We need to get at least one share on these guys. Let's have a look at what we've got to sell. Nothing, really. Really not very much. We could sell some metal. We've got a lot of metal. And we're making 400 a turn. The problem is with that, right? Let's just have a look at the stock price. I'm trying to remember where the capital price index is. Here we are. So metals is the this kind of pinky red one. That's here, 170. Yeah, it's not really. It looks like it's kind of sort of leveled at the moment. It will start moving up more. Problem is, as some of the other factions start getting access to the metal techs, the infinite metal techs, basically, you're not going to be able to sell that anymore. It might be, in this case, it might be better to start getting up industry as much as possible. And the reason is because we can sell that to the maritime trading houses. And that does seem like a reasonable way of making money in this game, all right? So we also want to get heavy industry, but what industry have we got access to here? Yeah, we're building industry 3. Yeah, we need more machines. Okay, we can't build any. That's a bit rough. Let's just buy a bunch of machines. And then... how many have we... we paid 3 out of 5, so we need another 2. We could get Industry 1 up in Maxia, I think. And if we can get... if we can get Maxia relatively self-sufficient, we could probably turn that into its own SHQ. And that would stop us then having to worry about the logistical links, so much here, because they could just become their own self-sufficient thing. Now, it might be that we have... I mean, we might need a separate SHQ for every single island. And if that sounds like a nightmare to you, it's not as bad as it sounds, in all honesty. I've played games with 4 SHQs. No bother. It really isn't that much more organisation. You really have just got to... You've just got like a bunch of SHQs in here and you just switch between them. That's it. It's really not that difficult. It's not much more to manage. I'd argue that it's actually easier when you've got multiple SHQs to kind of figure out which, if you've got one regime, with 50 cities, right, which is possible in this game if you play on a really large map, that could be a bit of a nightmare when you've got one SHQ trying to figure out how it's all going to work. Whereas this, that was really the usual case for making multiple SHQs. You really wanted an SHQ for each front of your war, I'd say. Whereas now, I think in in Oceania, it really is encouraging you to use more SHQs. You probably want one on each continent. So yeah, we've got to get more money though. Money is a bit of a problem, as you can see. And it seems to be that our money-making cards are just not working. I don't know what's happened with those. They're usually really, really, good. Like emergency tax used to get you loads of cash. I wonder if it's something to do with the fact that Port Royal... Let's just have a look at Port Royal. We've only got 6 private funds. That's interesting. Yeah, okay, so here's the problem, right? They're not earning enough and they're paying too much tax. So... I think we are basically wrecking ourselves with too high tax. Yeah, like I was talking to some people in a forum and they were like, oh, you should just keep putting the tax up, it doesn't matter, it makes no difference in the game. Really, that's just not true. I don't know why that guy said that. I think that this is an example, right, of where there are certain things in the game that seem like a no-brainer if you only play on a couple of map types. but if you start playing on different map types, all of a sudden everything in Shadow Empire just flips on its head. So yeah, just be... Look, these guys got a lot of income. I wonder if... Here, let's try playing that tax card, the emergency tax card on Maxia here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, see, that worked. We managed to raise 1,587. That's a bit more like what I would expect from it. And we got the patriotic collection. Yeah, we haven't got the political points to pay. This is expensive. By the way, we've got zoo projects and things we could probably put into places like Red Bar. Put a zoo project and a commercial project into Red Bar. And then we'll do the same with Mart Cove. Hang on, let's just check. Sorry, I'm getting a bit confused now which one I just put in. Okay, so I put in the... Where are we? Okay, I don't see what I put in there. Did I just mess up? Nope. Okay, so we've constructed a commercial asset. There we are. So I think I played worker privileges, and that's what I did. That was my bad. It's the zoo project we want, but we haven't got another one. Okay, just put another one of these in then. Getting the commercial assets up is good. Yeah, this commercial area, it gives you population happiness through quality of life, entertainment, which is decent. All right, I'm not going to waste any more of your time on this turn. I think we're done here, so let's roll on. Okay, we're on round 104. Yeah, we're in the last couple of turns of this decade of fanaticism. We've lost wealthy friends, that's a bit of a shame, and we've discovered laser rifles and high-tech industry and payload optimization, and we've discovered Armoured Army, which is the staff council starting to work. Alright. Sorry, my mic's a bit hot here. Alright. Yeah, we got another zoo project. I think I'll probably get that straight in on this one here, on Mart Cove. Let's just go to stratagem. Yeah, it doesn't look like we've got many decisions. So, zones, zoo project. Okay, there we go. So that'll start attracting people in. Yeah, we've got a small free folk place here. Oh, it's not that small actually. It's 18,000 people. That's decent enough. So hopefully we're starting bringing people in. Yeah, look at this. Look. Luxury private economy attracted 30,000 extra free folk. We're actually starting to get a fair amount of people in here already into Mart Cove. We might actually get the same in Red Bar too. No, Red Bar's not attracting anyone yet. That's interesting. Now, it's probably partly because the little town here that we've got is only 1,500. That might be part of the reason. We should probably... Yeah, we've got one commercial area here. Yeah, there's just nobody to... Look, there's nobody to actually populate it. We need to get some more colonists in here. We probably need to start getting more colonists. I think what we're going to do here, before I do too much more, is... Let's get ourselves another light infantry brigade. I'm going to raise another one. Okay, we've got this kind of light green colour. I'm just going to change that so it's a little bit more noticeable. Okay. So this is the 5th Light Infantry Brigade. And we're going to move these guys... Oh, right. What we're going to do is we're going to move the ones over from Maxia over down to here. So they're getting some more... what's the word? So they're starting to get some more experience. We'll replace them with the ones... with this 5th Light... with this Light Infantry Brigade first. Because... to see how many we can get over. Oh no, we can only get 2 this turn. Can we get anyone here to here? No. All right. Okay. So I don't want to leave them. I don't want to leave Maxia undefended. You see. Okay. Let's have a look at the decisions. Star River found an unusual companion. Okay, this one. Now we lost wealthy friends. That was a bit of a blow. This is what's going to happen though when you start juggling around with the, with these. Yeah, we need to go higher into commerce now. I think we're going to lose opportunism, and I don't want to lose that. So, yeah, that commercial bonus would have been helpful. So let's try and get back into that. I think. So we're going to go back into commerce. Let's just allow that. Create custom formation type. I'm not bothered about this yet. We don't need to worry about this. Maritime Trading House is offering to buy industrial points in Boulder. Let's go with this. How many do they want? Oh, 795 though. Kind of all my industrial points. Thing is, it is worth the credits, so yeah, let's do it. It's just gonna set back our development a little bit. I really love that decision. It's a really, really clever decision in the game. It's like, do you trade? You know, you need money, right? You need money in Oceania, big time. But you will slow your industrial development down if you start using it. If you start selling it, your industrial points. So I think it's a really, really cool decision. Yeah, the more I play this, the more I feel justified in my original assessment that this game is way better than people give it. The DLC is loads better than people are giving it credit for. I think that some of the criticism that I saw in the Steam reviews is just absolute garbage. Clearly, the people had not played it. I mean, look, by that point, I'd really not been able to play it enough to be able to judge it. But I could see early on that this had like, I'm an experienced Shadow Empire player. I don't mean to, you know, blow my own trumpet too much, but I've been playing this game I was playing it before release. Okay, so I've been playing it a long time. I had it about 6 weeks before it was even released, and I played it to death. I've played most of the map types right through. I played some of them several times through. You know, I played some very, very long games, some very, very large games. I played some very short games. I played games on some odd map types. I've really explored the game mechanics, and I still consider myself to be learning it. Okay, it's a really complicated game. Even for a 4X game, this is super complex, way more so than, you know, the other complex games in the genre. You know, I think it's more complex than Dominions in the sense that it's got more mechanics to think about, whereas, and you know, less more opaque mechanics, where Dominions is very well documented. You know, for the most part, it's pretty well documented on how to play. The complexity in Dominions comes from the range, the variety of stuff that you've got to work with, and the amount of content in there, which is second to none. But it doesn't have quite so many mechanics as Shadow Empire. Shadow Empire is modelling a lot more, and it's more of a sandboxy kind of game. So I know this game pretty well, and I was able to see when I saw, you know, after playing it for about 15-20 hours, I was like, right, I see what this is doing, and I was able to look at it from a, you know, a top-down perspective. That's why I kind of got a bit angry at some people who clearly just played it for like 2 or 3 hours, you know, or maybe 5 hours, and then made a snap judgment on it, decided that it was a bad DLC, and then just completely misrepresented it. Like, it bugged the hell out of me. And yeah, I just think that they'd not played it. It was obvious. It was clear that the people in those reviews had not played the game. So I mean, you should always be really cautious of Steam reviews where people have only, you know, when they've only got like in a 4X game, if they've got less than 40 hours, you can ignore it. Generally speaking, unless there's something drastically wrong with, you know, the game in the sense of, you know, it's bugged to hell and they're writing about bugs or whatever. Like, when it comes to a 4X game, if you're not playing at least 40 hours, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. And with a game like Shadow Empire, when it comes to evaluating new content that's come for it, you need 100 hours minimum. Probably more. Like, I've still not fully made up my mind about this, but I'm enjoying it. That's all I'm saying. I know it's a bit slow for some people, but I love this. This is really reaching into the side of the game that was neglected in the original game. You know, it's made a lot of those mechanics and systems in the game, particularly the economy, like the nuanced economy in this game. Like, I didn't have to think about it as much as I am now. And, you know, people miss the point of what Oceania was about. It wasn't just about, you know, adding naval stuff. That wasn't the whole point of it. The whole point of it was to increase the player's engagement with some more of the mechanics that were in there already that were being underutilized, basically. Because if you just play this game as a straight war game, you miss all that stuff. And if you play this game as a 4X game, you start seeing, you know, that stuff in it a little bit more. Anyway, rant over. Round 105. Let's start the turn and find out what we've got. Okay, we've researched synthetic fuel. That's going to be interesting to have a look at, because we might be able to make a decision on which is the most efficient fuel generation technology that we've got access to right now. We've also discovered turboprop engine, which we want to... I think we probably want to go straight to jet engines at this point. And we've got a whole bunch of cards here. MTH Heresy made a well-executed naval attack on MTH Fenrir Great Lake. 4 ships engaged 5 enemy ships, lost 4 friendly ships while sinking 5 enemy ships. That sounded like it was costly all round. But they did take Aphrodite C3 from the Fenrir Great Lake Maritime Trading House. Okay. Right, by the way, we got a recon contract over this side. It's worth just having a quick look at what... Okay, this is Greenland. That's funny, isn't it? Because I was describing this little island here as Greenland. There's actually a nation in the game called Greenland. They might be worth invading. Or trying to get on side, perhaps. We've got Montes here as well. Now, Montes are trying to blackmail us. I'm not having it. I think they'll struggle to get on here. With the amount of troops I could probably pump out if I needed to. And by the way, Port Royal, in fact, Maxia here. Before I do anything else, I want to call the governor of Maxia. And I want to increase the amount of colonists we're getting. And the amount of troops. Because we need more colonists to start putting into some of these little villages. Now this one's got enough, right? Mark Cove is actually doing quite well. It's not going to be that long until we hit the 25,000 that we need in order to upgrade it to a level 2 city or a level 2 town or a village, whatever it's called. But whereas Red Bar here is growing slowly, but not very fast. We probably want to get... Let's just have a look what we're building. Are we still building that recycling place? Yes, we are. So I want to send some more colonists in here. Now, okay, we've got enough colonists, look, to populate the zoo in the commercial area. I think what we'll do actually is get in another level of the commercial project in Red Bar, and I'll go for the zoo as well. Let's see if we this will actually work to encourage more people in. We want a whole lot of people to come. Yeah, well, let's only look 1,200 free folk here anyway. So we're going to be reliant mostly on colonists here. So let's just get these colonists in as workers. Yeah, we're still a little bit under, there's only 1,000 workers to put together this recycling plant. It's taking quite a long time, but once that's up, it's up. Okay, we need a new commander for the 5th Light Infantry Brigade. Let's get a commander in. Now, yeah, we've got a military guy. Let's have a look what we can get. Jamie Ashdown, capability 2. Got infantry tactics, tank tactics. He looks pretty good to me. No experience. Doesn't like meritocracy. Doesn't like fist, but he likes mind. He's going to be kind of hard to keep happy, but let's get him in there anyway. Okay, Interior Council task priorities. I'm going to drop taxation priority right down because we can't really mess with that. Tariffs I don't really care about either. We'll just keep the human resources interior priorities kind of balanced. Economic Council research objective. Okay, so I said I was going to have a look to see which was the most efficient method of fuel production that we can go with. Let's just go to construct here. Okay, so look, we've got the synthetic fuel refinery, we've got the methane synthesis plant, and we've got the deep core gas extractor. Now, synthetic fuel refinery only requires electricity, whereas methane synthesis plant requires water as well. It also requires high tech. Why would you choose that one over this then? Let's have a look. Let's just go to the best case scenario if we had a level 7. This is going to produce 12,250. So does that one. Needs nearly 23,000 workers. Yeah, so kind of the same. A bit of an odd choice there. I'm, like why would you choose this one if you had access to it? It's harder to put up. It gives you the same thing. Unless there's something I'm missing. Upkeep cost 22,000. Yeah. Oh, okay. Less upkeep cost in the synthetic fuel refinery. So it's more for... Hang on. It's more for the methane plant. Yeah, it is. I don't know. It's not a good sell, is it? I mean... This asset allows you to convert non-organic base materials into fuel. It's not the most economical asset, but it might serve you if you're in a fix. Yeah. But look, I think... So here's my recommendation for this one. Right? If Vic's watching, or if any... just for your thoughts. Like, I'm gonna propose this. Make this distinct from this a little bit more, right? If this is gonna be... require water as well, then make more. Or... if we're also needing high tech, right, in order to produce the methane synthesis plant. I don't understand why you would ever build this over... Okay, look, so look, it costs more on everything, and it gives you the same output, essentially. Yeah, like at level 2, it gives you 1,000. Yeah, so it's basically the same. We should check the energy costs, actually. So synthetic fuel at the top level is 1,400. Yeah, it's the same, 1,400, and a lot of water. So I don't know. I think that these two need something separating them. Deep core extractor, like this makes sense. Look, it uses much less energy, but it, it's harder to get up. Look, and it produces less. So I kind of see the point of that one, but these two are too similar. And I think that maybe, from a gameplay perspective, why would I ever choose methane synthesis plant if I've got access to both of them? And you've always got access to synthetic fuel, right? Unless I'm missing something here. Yeah, so I'd probably get rid of this, right? I'd get rid of it, or I would say that synthetic fuel requires metal, or I'd say it needs metal input or something like that. So because otherwise, why would you ever bother with methane synthesis here? That's just a bad choice. It's just the same but worse, and you're paying more for it, all around. When this should either be locked behind something else, like further in the tech tree. In fact, is it further in the tech tree? No, it comes at the same tech. Like, so yeah, this is not good, right? I'd put methane synthesis in chemistry, so it comes at an earlier tier, and put synthetic fuel further down. Like, keep it in advanced chemistry, and then I would also make it so that it outputs less. That's what I would do. I think that would be a better way of doing this, because otherwise it's just a no-brainer. Like, why would you bother ever building that? Okay, high-tech industry is probably a good thing for us to be going for. The problem is with high-tech industry, if I remember right, it's quite expensive to get, to build the electronic components, and we are going to need the demetallization finished. Now, industry 3 is up. We're also going to need to get some more. I'm going to have to buy some more machines here. Buy another bunch of machines. Because we just do not have any rare metals. We needed a couple of turns of demetallization to go up. Once that's up, we're going to spend a couple of turns generating this. And then we're going to start building the heavy industry. The heavy industry then will probably be able to... Yeah, then we'll move into high tech. Now, there are some other decisions we've got to make. Getting down into the mining industrialization would be pretty useful. Mining robotization would be pretty useful. So I'm considering getting something like volcanic energy tapping, even though I don't think there are going to be any volcanoes or water purification. It's kind of a dead... This would be a little bit of a redundant thing for us. We don't need water. This technology allows you to construct water purification assets that allow you to recuperate water from your economy that would otherwise be wasted. Yeah, I guess high-tech industry would be useful. Serpentinization. Yeah, this just gives you energy straight off from creating. You can just create energy. Yeah, I think even though I'm loath to kind of give advice about this because I still feel I don't understand it fully. And every now and again I miss stuff. I do think that some of the tiers at which these techs appear could be jiggled around a little bit just to make them, because a lot of them, they're just like water's in the game. Here's my problem with the game at the moment as well. Even on the Seth planet, the desert planet, water is really, really easy to get hold of. Now I don't know if I think that's been tweaked recently, but water is just not a problem. I mean, look, you get wind traps right at the start of the game. So yeah. I don't know, like water purification coming down this far. Like, has anybody ever used this and needed it? That's what I'm asking. Have you ever found the need for this? Maybe I need to play a game on Seth again and just really make the game difficult and just figure it, try and figure it out. Because water soil recomposition and water purification, I've just never needed those at all. I'm going to research high tech industry here. I think we should get that one up. Gosh, I've been talking for too long. Okay, minor worker strike in red bar. Yeah, we don't want to be going too far into... We don't want to be squashing meritocracy. Let's just give them some money. Ancient underground complex in Mark Cove. Okay, we found an... Oh, interesting, we found an AI. Let's just talk to the AI. The AI told me we were not logical and civilized enough to merit it as a discussion partner. It told us to leave it alone. I had a strong impression the AI is angry with us. Okay, I think that's the first time I've ever failed that. The AI will give you technologies if you talk to it. I don't know what happens when that... Now that it's angry with us, I'm kind of in a position where I've not really come across that before. Let's get these guys attacking him from this side. Oh, they're not going to do much good there, are they? These guys are trying to outflank us. That's kind of annoying. We do need to get another... I think we need to get a road into these mountains here. Let's get a dirt road down. 700 points, man. That's like, ouch. Okay, these guys are now at least getting some supplies. Let's just attack into these. Now, they didn't ambush us, but they did manage to hide themselves fairly well. Hopefully we can push them back. Okay, we managed to push them back. That's kind of lucky. Alright. Yeah, these guys are completely out of supplies here, including food. So we need to bring them back into a position where we can actually... They'll get food here in this red zone with the local pickup. We also need to get some more of these troops over. So it's a strategic move, those guys. And that leaves the 10th Light Infantry Battalion to be able to move down here. We'll move in and take Salty Springs, which is hot baths. And this is going to give population happiness +1, which is really, really good. This might grow relatively quickly just because we've got a fair amount of free folk, you know, scattered across this northern part of this continent here. Let's also get another dirt road. Yeah, I don't really want my roads too much into the... I don't think we can afford to spend any more than that. Yeah, okay, so we got some better resources. Oh, sorry, we got some better logistics now, at least down this way. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we finished the construction, the truck station as well. We're going to get more. We're going to get more logistical points pushing out from there. We should also probably put up a bureaucratic office. I think is going to be the next one to go up there. I think Port Royal as well. I'm just going to talk to the governor at Port Royal. I'm going to get some more colonists. Port Royal as well. Okay. That's looking good. Yeah, all these. Let's see if we can get these guys onto training. Mind you, we've only just got the staff council card, so I bet we've not got any training cards, have we? Go to HQs. Oh yeah, we got field training. Okay. So we're going to put the 4th Mountain Guard into field training. I think I'll put the 1st in there as well if we've still got one. Yeah, we have.
Yes, sir.
Now, I could also put the 2nd. The thing is, I don't think... Yeah, they're not going to get any more, are they? These guys could probably be... Oh, mind you, they're almost at 25 already. If I remember right, field training only gets you up to 25 experience points. Yeah, experience growth plus 100%, attack minus 60 and defense minus 40%. Okay, so they're going to get more experience quicker. Actually, I think they've probably already almost hit that point where they're sort of at that level. Yeah, I'm just going to keep those guys back here on this road here. I'm looking forward to getting some more industrial assets up. Now, next turn we should be able to get some more industry. But it's saying needed 1 machine and use 0 of the 0 allotted. Yeah, it's construction finished. That's kind of odd. Anyway, that should go up next turn. What are we building that's requiring high tech? What was it we were building? Was it something in Maxia? No. It must have been the it must have been that industry, was it? Okay, I am confused. Slightly confused. I don't remember what it was that I was building there. Yeah, we're all right for fuel. I'm not worried about putting any fuel buildings up yet. It would be the synthetic fuel refinery that I'm going to go for, I think. Now, getting Industry 4 up would be useful because, remember, we can translate Industry pretty much straight into... I think we're actually going to have to get... Yeah, it's got to be that we need demetallization first. Then with the metals we're getting, then we can create machines, and then the machines we can create industry, and then industry we can start creating the we can get the heavy industry. Yeah, look, because this is going to, like, heavy industry is going to be a lot of machines. We can't afford this yet. That's what I mean. I love this game. There's so many sort of little things you got to think about, like little challenges you've got to kind of consider. Let's get another one of these guys up this way. And another one of those down there. Can we get one more of these up? No, we can't. Okay. Alright, folks. That is it for this turn, I think. I've got a couple of fate points, but I'm going to save those for emergencies. It's possible that we might need to get some money very, very quickly. We can also go with the emergency tax again on Max here, just to try and squeeze a bit more cash out of it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we've got another 1,000, but the loyalty dropped a lot. We're going to wait for the loyalty to get back up there. We could do an archaeological effort onto Mark Cove here.
Roger that.
Okay, we're quite sure there's no hidden archaeological finds. Prospecting would have been better, probably there. Are there no ruins down this way? I guess there's not. Yeah, I think archaeology requires ruins, actually. Never mind. Okay, well, next turn we'll have more points. All right, folks, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to roll the turn, and I will catch you next time. Take care.